So I picked up this half of a pork loin today, about 5.5 pounds, about 5.5 pounds, a little under. I'm going to season it up tonight, and I'm going to throw it on the smoker tomorrow. So what I'm doing now is I'm just drying this off a little bit with some paper towels, getting some of that packaging stuff off of it, and it's going to help everything bind up. Once I put the binder and the rubs on it, I'll flip it over and do the other side just like this. Alright, so I got it all dried off. So now I'm going to put a binder on it. I think for this one I'm going to do some mustard for a binder. Okay, so the other side hasn't been done yet, but what I'm going to do before I flip it over is I'm going to go ahead and put some rubs on here. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put two different ones on here. I've got like an all-purpose rub that I'm going to put down first, and then I'll switch over to a sweeter rub. This is that's a good rub right there. I'm going to go ahead and get the sides, and then I'll flip it over and I'll show you what I'm going to do over there too. Well, good morning. It's we're going to be putting that pork loin on in about, maybe another couple hours. I'm going to let it get a little later because it doesn't take long. I'm running my Traeger Pro Series 34 today, and I was down here looking at this. You know what I'm going to do, when you're smoking meats and stuff, sometimes it's an experiment. So what I'm going to do is, if you see my settings here on the Traeger, I have, after the shutdown cycle, is smoke 180 and 225. Most of my smokes low and slow are at 225. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually start it on the smoke setting. I'm going to pile that smoke up for the first hour, and then I'll bump it to 225, and we'll see how that goes. I think for the smoke, I'm going to use Gourmet Blend, balanced sweet smoky flavor, good for about everything, by Bear Mountain. I don't endorse them by any means. These are just some of the good pellets that I've found work really good. Okay, so I've got the pork loin on. You can see I've got it up off the grate on a metal disposable pan, aluminum, with a little bit of pineapple juice in the bottom there. Got a couple different probes running. I've got the one from the Traeger, which I never really trust much. The one on the right side there is a meter probe that's more accurate. And as you can see, I've got it set on the smoke setting. So we're going to let it go for about an hour with no peak, and then we'll check it. Alright, so we've been about an hour in, so we're going to check this and see how it's doing. It's looking really good. It's taking on quite a bit of smoke. So that's good. So it's only come up about 40 degrees since we started this, but like I set it on smoke settings, so I wasn't expecting it to come up too much. But we're going to go ahead and bump it up to 225 now, and then we'll let it go, and we'll see how long it takes. And I'm not going to let it preheat or anything. The meat's already on there, so I've got it bumped to 225. So we'll see how long it takes from here. Now, if you noticed, I went ahead and have a temperature set for 140. The safe temperature for eating the pork is 145, but what I'm going to do is at 140 I'm going to put some barbecue sauce on it, and then I'll let it go back in and get up to close to 145, and then let it rest for about 15 minutes, and it should get up to the 145 temperature, and then it'll be safe to eat. Alright, so we're about 4 hours in. I'm going to take a peek at it here, get some temperature checks. At 125. 126. About 130 on that end almost. Want to get it up to about 135, 140 degrees. Then we'll put some barbecue sauce on it, but it's looking really good. I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and just spin this around to give it some more even cook, because it looks like it's kind of browning a little bit more on the other side. But then we'll check back with it. Alright, so I got it flipped around, so we're going to let it keep going, and we'll keep an eye on the temperature, and when it's time to barbecue, we'll do that. You know, I figured while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and give this a little bit of a spritz here. What I have is just a kind of a 50-50 mix of both a 50-50 mix of both the pineapple juice and water. And I'll probably go ahead and spritz it every hour until it's done. Alright guys, so I'm going to check it. It's been 5.5 hours in, and it's looking really good. That color is really good, so I'm going to go ahead and probe it. Let's see if I can get my meter in here. It's 130 degrees in the middle. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up and bump the temperature up to 250 degrees, maybe 275, something like that, just to kind of speed this along. But yeah, I think it's good enough to wrap right now. So I got my wrapping paper set out. Put a little bit of that spritz on there that I was using, the pineapple juice and water. It'll help hold the paper down. So now I can just go out and get the pork loin, and we'll wrap it up. Okay, so we are all wrapped and back in the smoker. Bumped it up to 275 is what I decided I'm going to go at. I'm going to go ahead and finish this off. Okay, so we're sitting about 45 minutes in from the wrap. And I'm going to go ahead and check it. It's saying it's about 140 degrees. And I want to be able to put some barbecue sauce on this. So let's go ahead and give it a shot. I've already probed it a couple times to verify. Oh, something's going on out there on the freeway. Let's see what we got. Yeah, it's close to 140. That's pretty close. That's definitely 140s. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take this out of the wrap, put it on a rack over a pan, and we are going to barbecue. I'm telling you guys, if you could smell this, it's awesome. I'm going to go ahead and just start putting some barbecue sauce on it, just kind of basting it. And then we'll let it set up. Man, look at that. I got this little deal here from like the Dollar Tree. Pretty cool for putting on barbecue sauce. That should be good enough right there. Just kind of wipe it in. Alright, so now we're going to put this back on the smoker and let it go and tack up a little bit and keep checking the temperatures. Okay, we're back at the Traeger. It's been about 7.5 hours in. And my meter probe's telling me that it's about 173, 174, so we're going to check it and make sure, or I'm sorry, 143, not 163, 170, whatever I said. 143. It's been a long day. This is 7.5 hours in, and I have been dying to eat this. It's definitely done. The middle is perfect almost. 147. Yeah. That's why you use a different probe. The meter probe was telling me it wasn't that far along, but apparently it is, so we're definitely pulling this and letting it rest for 15 minutes. So I'll see you inside. Okay, so it's inside. We are going to loosely tent this with foil, let it rest for 15 minutes, and then we'll slice into it. Alright guys, here we are. My wife says it's time to eat. Yeah, she's hungry, I'm hungry, I've been smelling this, she's been smelling it, it's good to go. I'm going to give a quick summary here. If you have a 5.5 pound pork loin and you have all day, fine, smoke it at 225. I would recommend it if you're in a kind of a time crunch, 250, 275. 7.5 hours on this thing and a 15-minute rest. That's 7 hours and 45 minutes, and it's time we're going to crack this thing open and see what it's all about. And I'm going to start on this end and just get some slices in here. Get about 4 slices, that'll be good. And I'm going to turn this over here. And how's that look? It looks pretty good to me. What do you think, hon? Look good? Alright, so let's go ahead and eat this and enjoy it. And I hope you enjoyed the video.